If the money you've been waiting on never shows up,
and you're expecting a tax refund here coming up in 2026, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now from the very beginning, the government might keep it.
the government is quietly restarting a program designed to seize billions from families already struggling.
The government is about to seize billions in tax refunds from families who desperately need that money. 10 million Americans could be in student loan default by the end of this year, 2025. Before the pandemic, the government seized over $4 billion annually from tax refunds alone.
For many, that refund is the only way to pay rent, buy groceries, or cover school supplies.
The average tax refund, Seizure, I think was right around $1,800. That's rent. That's someone's car payment. That's a month, 2, 3 months, sometimes even 4 months of groceries for families. Today, before this can even happen to you, I'm going to show you exactly how to. If you have student loans and you're expecting a tax refund here coming up in 2026, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now from the very beginning, the government might keep it. I'm not being dramatic, especially with everything going on right now with the government shutdown and everything that's happening. But the truth of the fact is the government is about to seize billions in tax refunds from families who desperately need that money. And if you're counting on your watch this, your earned income tax credit or child tax credit to pay bills next year to help you with groceries. And we know how a lot of us, we tend to count on that money to provide for like birthday and anniversary and summer and spring break vacations. Or watch this. Let's be honest. I've mentored people who use their tax refund to catch up on their mortgages, to catch up on their rent. Here's the truth. You could be in a devastating surprise come January of next year. Here's what's happening. I'm going to tell you from the very beginning. Here's exactly what's happening. The Treasury Offset Program just restarted after being paused during the pandemic. If you're behind on student loans, and millions of Americans are as of today, the government can and will take your entire tax refund without any warning. But here's the good news. Today, before this can even happen to you, I'm going to show you exactly how to protect your tax refund here within the next couple of months, get out of student loan trouble, and why this could be the wake-up call that finally sets your family free from debt forever and from debt moving forward. We're going to be covering the government's collection program that no one's talking about, the 3 ways to escape this trap, and the exact steps to take it to the next, and the exact steps to take in the next 90 days to protect your family's financial future. So I need you to stay until the end because I'm giving you my emergency action plan that could save you thousands of dollars. I know some of you are probably thinking, well, Anthony, it's not tax season, but that's the problem. We wait until the last minute to fix and to address things. So I'm giving you this 3 months beforehand. So if this works and this flows, and not just works or flows, but if this is for you, then it's going to give you 90 days ahead of time to get ready. All right. So let me give you the numbers that should terrify every parent in America. 10 million Americans could be in student loan default by the end of this year, 2025. Before the pandemic, the government seized over $4 billion annually from tax refunds alone. I'm gonna say that again. Let me say this in a different way to where you can understand. Before the pandemic, the government took $4 billion away from the working average class American and never gave it back. Now, I know my audience, 85% of you watching right now are women and 63% of you are African American. And you're the backbone of your families. You're the ones who carry the financial stress, who worry about making ends meet, who count on the tax refund to catch up on bills or buy school supplies or pay for that vacation. I want to start off with a story. Story about one of our community members who's in the black, right? Her name is Sarah. Her name is Sarah. This is not her real name, but she's real, because I want to make sure that I protect my community and I don't want to put all your personal information out there. But I talked to quote unquote Sarah before doing the show, and I asked her, can I share her story without sharing her name? She said yes. You see, Sarah is a single mom who's been struggling with her student loans since 2019. During the pandemic, before the pandemic, really, she thought she had breathing room. The payments were paused, collections stopped, and she could finally breathe. Sarah was counting on her tax refund, which should have been right around $3,200, and her child tax credit to catch up on rent and to buy school supplies for her kids. What she didn't know is that the government is about to take every single penny. And as I was talking to her, I said, well, hey, sis, you really need to get this dialed in. And as I was talking to her, I said, yo, I honestly need to do a show about this, because there are other people out there like Sarah who need this information. And so I want to give you two foundational truths that you need to understand. Here's number one. The government never forgets. Student loan debt doesn't disappear when you ignore it. It grows, it compounds, and now it's coming for your tax refund. Number two, if you're in default, your tax refund isn't actually yours. It belongs to your loan servicer, and I promise you, they're coming to collect it. And I want to be honest with you all. Actually, as a matter of fact, I want you all to be honest with me now. Drop in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. Are you behind on your student loans? And I don't want you to be ashamed, because there's a lot of people who are like, you know what? It's in deferment, or I'm paying the bare minimum, or I haven't paid nothing on it at all. There's 1 million family members. Congratulations, family. We hit that million. But there's 1 million family members on this channel who want to get better with their finances, get out of consumer debt, and start really building wealth. And we're going to be here to help each other on this journey to get to financial freedom, to get to the goals that we desire. Because that's what we do in this community. We face our financial reality together, and we're going to help each other together get to the end road, which is financial freedom. So I want to break down. If you haven't noticed, I'm starting to really present the problem, break it all the way down so that you are educated about it, and then give you solutions and hope. So I want to break down exactly how this system works, because knowledge is power. And you need to understand what you are going to be up against if you are in this. All right. First, what does default actually mean? Some of y'all are probably saying, Anthony, I know what default actually means, but believe it or not, y'all, there's a lot of people who do not really understand how the system works. If you haven't made a payment on your federal student loan for 270 days, that's about 9 months, you're officially in default. Not just behind, not just late, you are in default. You are late if you're 30 days. You are behind if you're 60 to 90 days. But once you get past that 9-month mark, you are officially in default. You see, the Treasury Offset Program restarted in May of 2025 after being paused during the pandemic. Here's how it works. When you file your taxes expecting a refund, instead of that money going to your bank, it goes directly to pay your defaulted student loans. Now, watch this. They are supposed to send you a 60-day notice before they take your refund. But here's the problem. Many people do not check their mailbox. Can we be real? Can we be transparent here on the show? How many of us, because I'm guilty of this in the past, how many of us say, I'm not going to the mailbox today because I know it's nothing but bills in there. There's no checks in there. There's no letters from a loved one in there. Only thing that comes in the mailbox or bills. And I just don't want to be bothered with bills. I done had a bad day at work. My kids done pissed me off. My spouse is tripping. I don't need any more stress. So we ignore these letters because we refuse to go to our mailbox. We're scared to open it. We're scared to face reality. Or watch this. Some of us moved and we honestly never did a forward to our new address. So we never received it. Let me be very, very clear with you right now. The government doesn't care how stressful your day has been, how stressful your life has been. The government, can I be real with you? Respectfully saying this about the government, they don't care nothing about your groceries, your rent, or your children's need. Let's be real. They want their money. Before the pandemic, the average tax refund, Seizure, I think was right around $1,800. That's rent. That's someone's car payment. That's a month, 2, 3 months, sometimes even 4 months of groceries for families. And I want to remember this correctly. Here's what makes this even more devastating. They could take your earned income tax credit and your child tax credit too. These are credits specifically designed to help working families and families with children. But if you're in default, the government automatically considers that their money, not yours, not your family. I hope y'all really understand this. I hope that if this applies to you, that you're not overlooking this, that you're not, what's the word I'm looking for? That you're not going to skip over this. Because I have good news. I have good news. God has commissioned us biblically to bring and to spread the good news. So I just can't bring uncomfortable news without bringing the good news. So I want you to pay close attention because this could change the next 90 days. There are 3 clear paths to get out of this situation, and none of them require you to borrow money or to go deeper into debt. Okay? None of them. None of them. None of them. None of them. Yo, I'm still on my health journey, so I'm drinking cucumber, kale, celery, lemon, and apples this morning. My barber sells these, man, black owned, man. I was going to another place, but my barber launched his juicing company, so I support him. And so you all going to see more of these on the show. If you're in the DMV area, man, check out my barber, Way Too Sharp. He's often on my Instagram. They're doing some great things. He didn't pay me for that, but the juices are good. And, I'm going to support the black-owned businesses. All right. But I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this. And I'm going to be dropping some links inside of the show notes that will help you, that are solid resources and solid companies for you to check out. Because option 1 is sometimes, I want to say this correctly before I say this. I'm never endorsing get new debt, but I will endorse refinancing your debt, right, to get a lower interest rate. So option 1 is loan rehabilitation. This is the best option for repairing your situation. Here's how it works. You agree to make 9 on-time payments within 10 months. These payments are based on your income, often as low as $5 to $50 a month, right? And here's the beautiful part about this. Once you complete the loan rehabilitation, the default is completely removed from your credit report. It's like it never even happened. Your credit score can jump 50 to 100 points overnight. And what I love about that is if you all partner if you do that, and then also, if you go check out my friends at Dovelyai, they'll even tell you how to get another 34 to 84 points. As a matter of fact, check this out. What's going on, family? I want to thank my friends over at Dovelyai for sponsoring today's show.
You see, with rising rent, inflation, and high interest rates, your credit score matters more than ever. Whether you are trying to buy a home or just qualify for an apartment, it all starts, honestly, with having good credit. You see, this is where my friends at Dovelyai comes in. Watch this. It's a 100% free app that helps you build, fix, monitor, and even protect your credit. With no confusion and no stress, just smart AI-powered support that works 100% consumer debt-free. Dovelyai helps you build credit fast, helps you fix errors quickly, and stay protected with weekly updates, real-time alerts, and here's the best part about it, a $1 million ID theft insurance policy. Here's what I love about Dovely. On average, users are seeing about 34 points go up when it comes to their credit report. No credit card required, and premium members average an 82-point boost on their credit score. The better your score, the more you save, and the more you get approved. Listen, I need you to go check out my friends over at anthonyoneil.com/Dovely. Again, that is anthonyoneil.com, Dovly. If you're tired of hearing no because of your credit scores, it's time to take control with my friends. Go check them out right now, and let's get back to today's show.
So I need y'all to go and check out Dovely. Dovelyai has been absolutely amazing. And if you could do the loan rehabilitation, get your points up with that, and then add on Dovely to get you some more points added. Now we're looking at 100 points added. Now you're in a 700 and 800 credit score, which leads me over to option number 2. Loan consolidation. This is honestly one of the, I've been doing my research because I've been like, I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly, but this is a valid option. This is a valid option. You have two choices here. Either make 3 consecutive payments on your defaulted loan or agree to an income-driven repayment plan. Once you do either of these, you're immediately out of default. What's the downside? The default stays on your credit report, but your loan becomes current. So it's going to show that you were 60, 90, 120 days late, but you are going to get it back. Now, here's what I do love. This is why I suggest going to Dovely, go to anthonyoneil.com/Dovely, because if you do this, this is going to be the fastest and the quickest and most valuable option, I think, for some people, is because you can get your payment back on current. The late pay will be there, but Dovely can come in and help you somewhat dispute that legally, ethically, right? And also they can put a line item for free on your credit report. And if you do their premium thing, it's like 15, 20 bucks, which is a valid option, right? And you're not borrowing any money, but now you're adding something positive on your credit report. Now, let me pause right there because I know some of y'all think like, well, Anthony, whoa. I thought you said no debt. Listen, everything is about a strategy. Everything is about a strategy. I'm gonna say one more time. Everything is about the strategy. I know in the past I said a credit score means nothing, and a credit score truly does mean nothing if you're not going to finance something. But what I have learned is, even from my own self, is that when I first when I first got my car insurance, man, I was paying crazy money because I had no credit score. I had no line items. Now, when I put my mortgages on my credit report, and then when I put Dovely on there, my credit score jumped up to 800. When I went to get new car insurance, my premium dropped 50%. I didn't rack up any debt, no consumer debt at that. Dovely put something positive on my credit report. Now I got an 800 and I'm not borrowing any money. It just makes sense. So using a free tool, put my credit score up by like 60, 70 points. And that saved me, for my particular cars, almost $5,000, $6,000 a year. Oh, please. Yes. Man, check them out. They'll be in the show notes. Here's option number 3. Make a full payment. A lot of you all watching this are not in a position to make a full payment towards your student loans because the average student loan debt is going to be in between $40,000 and $60,000, with some people seeing far north of 6 figures. But if you have the money, maybe from an inheritance check, a settlement, or maybe you've just been saving, you can pay the entire balance and clear the default immediately. And that's just another way to where if it's damaging your credit report, you can honestly go in there and say, hey, you know what? If I make this payment in full, can you all remove my late pays? Negotiate. Listen, man, learn how to negotiate. Learn how to ask people, like, they want their money. And I've seen it happen. Not everyone is going to do it. I'm going to be honest with you, because I worked in a collection agency. That was my first official real 9-to-5 job, right? But sometimes, and let me say this, if you're in default and you have a lump sum, call them the last 3 business days of the month. Always. Don't call them in the first week, 2 weeks, because they're not going to negotiate with you because they're trying to get all their money. And remember, once you're in default, whoever's collecting on that, they get a commission on what they collect. So if you have a large lump sum of money to where you can settle it out, pay it off in full, wait till the last 3 months so you can really negotiate. They probably would not negotiate on the price, but if you can cut them a check, I say you have a 50% likelihood of them negotiating with you to get this removed negatively off of your credit report. So I want to walk you through a real example. Let's say you have $25,000 in defaulted student loans. Watch this. With rehabilitation, you might pay $35 a month for 9 months. That's $315 total to get out of default. Then you will continue with affordable payments based on your income. With consolidation, you might make 3 payments of $50 each, then move on to income-driven plans that could be as low as sometimes $0 per month if your income qualifies. Now, this does not how do I say this? I am not saying skip the debt snowball, which is in the phase 2 of our escape plan. All of this should still be in phase 2 of the escape plan, using the debt snowball to get out of debt.
Your money is sitting in a regular savings, making pennies while inflation is eating lunch. Wow. That emergency fund, that vacation money you've been stashing away, it should be working for you, not just sitting there. Here's the thing. Interest rates change every single month, and most people have no clue they're missing out on some serious money. Every single day, we update our list of high-yield savings accounts that are the best so that your money makes more money while you're working, while you're sleeping. We're talking about turning your savings into a wealth-building machine. Don't let your hard-earned dollars stay lazy. I want you to visit anthonyoneil.com/savings right now and see which high-yield savings account will put the most money back in your pocket today. Listen, go to anthonyoneil.com/savings, choose an account, put your money in there, and I promise you, your future will say thank you for giving us some more money.
But again, there's a strategy, there's a system. While you're working the debt snowball, you're gonna line up all your debt from smallest to largest when it comes to payments, right? And you'll make the minimum payments on each. Right now, we want to get the negative dings off your credit report if this is you. Right now, we want to get you out of IRS trouble if this is you. So we're still working the debt snowball, but I do not want your wages garnished. I do not want you to get to your income tax return that some of you are using to get out of debt, and you're shocked. So we're going to use the system, get it into good standings, but we're still having it inside of our debt snowball. Listen. If this is helping you see a way out of this trap, if this is educating you and giving you some information to think about for the next 90 days, do me a quick favor. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, y'all. And if you're new to the family, man, we just crossed over 1 million family members here on YouTube. Man, I'm so grateful. If you're not a part of this family, we would love to invite you to be a part of this family. Please hit that subscribe button, because we're building a community of people who refuse to stay trapped in debt, who refuse to pay the IRS more than what they deserve, who refuse to stay in the red but get into the black. And I would love to see you a part of this family if you are not. But if you are, just hit that thumbs up button and let me know in the comment section how you're liking it today. All right. Now, I want to talk to you to specifically my believers who are watching this today. One of the things I've really been convicted about is stewarding this platform and stewarding this message even better, and making sure that I'm bringing awareness to my Christian people, because I teach financial literacy from a biblical perspective. Because honestly, this is not just about money. This is about freedom. You see, Proverbs 22 verse 7 tells us that the borrower is slave to the lender, but our God is a God of freedom, not bondage. He promises in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, that he will provide a way out of every trap that we face. You see, your student loan debt and your student loan default isn't just about you. It is about the financial freedom you're either passing down or passing up to your children. When we are trapped in default, when we have tax refunds that are being seized, when we're living in financial fear and in financial bondage, the stress doesn't just affect us. And I'm saying us because I'm a part of this too, and I've been there before. The stress affects our family. The stress affects our children. Man, can I be real with you? Let me tell you why this message is so important to me, and why, when I say this affects your family. One of the very first images that I remember as a little kid, and when I say this, I'm going to say this correctly. One of the very first images in my head that I can ever remember was it wasn't of my dad throwing me up and catching me. It wasn't because I was smiling looking at my mom. One of the very first images that I remember as a little kid was seeing my mom in an apartment that was probably 400 square feet with my mom and my other father and me. And I think my mom told me at that time I was like maybe 4 or 5 years old. But I remember looking up. I was on the floor playing with my toys, and I looked up and my mom is sitting at the table. And all I see was sheets of paper on the table, and my mom had her face in the hands crying. And I remember that image because that was the first time I can ever remember my mom's face. And the very first image that I remember was my mom over sheets of paper crying. And as I got older and I asked my family, what was that? My mom said bills. We had just moved to California. We're a family living in a 400 or 500 square foot apartment. Some of y'all think, well, Anthony, how does that impact you? How does that bring stress onto you? Because one of my first childhood memories was not of fun and laughter and joy and peace. It was seeing my family in bondage. Your kids should not see that. But let's be honest, how many of our kids see the stress? How many of our kids are not taught the financial lessons that they need? How many of our kids are not being taught how to take control of their finances ahead of time, which is exactly why I'm an HBCU professor teaching financial literacy and consumer economics at Virginia Union University. This is exactly why I'm going back to school to get my doctorate at Regent University. This is exactly why. Because I can't get rid of the images, but I can help get rid of stress. And if I can help you, mom, help you, dad, change your finances, it's going to change all of us. It's going to impact not just us, but it's going to impact our children. It's going to impact our children's children. Because if we can change the narrative for our children, then that means our children would change the narrative and present a different narrative to their kids and never see them in stress. But we have to take control of our finances. Because when you take control, when you face this head on and get financially free, you're not just changing your life. You're changing your family's tree. You're changing the children that you'll probably never meet, but they will be impacted by our decisions today. We're breaking generational curses Lord Jesus, I'm getting excited. We're breaking generational cycles and curses of financial bondage. I want to tell you about one of our community members, and I'm gonna change her name to let's say Michelle. Not Michelle that's on our team. Michelle, just period, right? 2 years ago, she was in default on $43,000 in student loans. She was ashamed, she was scared, she was avoiding the problem. Her tax refund had been seized 2 years in a row. But Michelle didn't. But Michelle decided enough was enough. She reached out to me and she said, hey, yo, what are some of the options? And I told her, I said, hey, you could do the rehabilitation process. She looked into it, made 9 payments faithfully, and got completely out of default. When she got out of default, she still incorporated my escape plan. And some of y'all saying, what's this escape plan? Well, that's my money lessons, and we're gonna be dropping this here soon. But what I've been doing is teaching this to different people, just making sure that it's right and polishing it. But I walked her through my escape plan. Her and her now fiance. Today, she's 100% consumer debt free, owns her home, and is teaching her children now, today, about money management. Michelle told me, I realized that my student loan default wasn't just stealing my money. It was stealing my peace. It was stealing my sleep. It was making me not effective as a mother, as a fiance. And I did not like that. And when I got on your escape plan, I realized that I can have the financial freedom that I desire. Let me calm down because I told you all I'm not going to be yelling at y'all. But as we're coming to a close and end of this particular show, your student loan situation isn't a reflection of your worth or your faith. It's simply a problem that needs a solution. And today, you're getting that. I want to walk you through, as I close this show out, I'd like to give you actionable steps, actionable things in every single show. Okay? In the next 7 days, I need you to do 4 things. Number 1, log into your student loan account online or call your loan servicer. You need to know exactly where you stand. Ask them the questions. Hey, am I in default? How much do I owe? What is the interest on it? You need to get all of the information. 2, from there, you need to determine, and you need to be very direct with yourself. Are you in default, or are you just behind in payments? There's a big difference. Okay. Remember, default is what? 9 months. Behind and late, still bad, but you're not in default. Because your options will depend on that status. Number 3, if you're in default, I'm like this. Let me do this one. Number 3. If you're not in default, request an income-driven repayment application immediately. This could lower your payments to as little as $0 per month for some of you all. This still is going to be inside of your debt snowball, but we want to get you back into the positive and not hurting your credit report. Now, number 4, if you are in default, ask specifically about rehabilitation options or any options that they have to get you back in good standings with their particular servicing company. I want to be honest with you. I need you to stand firm because as a former bill collector, my first job is to not put you into an easy program. My first job as on this side of the phone is to get you to pay the full amount. So I don't want you to feel pressured into doing that because sometimes I'm going to tell you, hey, go borrow the money. Hey, go over here and ask this company refi and just pay us off. No. Listen, don't feel pressure to do something that you cannot do. Tell them, hey, this is where I'm at. This is my budget. What can we do within my budget? Don't let them pressure you into anything else. Now, here's your 30-day goals. Complete your rehabilitation application or consolidation paperwork. Don't procrastinate on this, you guys. The next 90 days are depending on how quickly and effective and intentional you move. These are the things that you want to go ahead and set up automated payments on to ensure you never miss a payment again. Because if they give you another shot with one of those programs, you cannot afford to do it, because after that, you're going into default and they're going to require you to pay it all up front, and they're going to send you collections and you're done. Update your contact information with all your loan servicers so you don't miss important notices. A lot of them now, which for me, I opt out of mail. Send me an email. I get emails daily, and I would like to see what my bills are. I get my light bill via email. I get my electricity bill via email. I get my mortgage payments via email. Like, I want all that via email so that way they can have access to me quickly. That's super important. Now, your 90-day targets is to make your first rehabilitation payment or complete your consolidation process. Now, I need you to create a small emergency fund, so you're never caught off guard again. Remember what I teach inside the escape plan. I no longer believe in just having $1,000 for expenses, for emergencies in the beginning. No, I need you to have at least 1 month of net pay. So I know some of y'all think, well, Anthony, I'm going through some hard times. Cool, great. Open up a high yield savings account. We'll put some options down there below. Hey, if you could just put $500 in there right now, do it. Do it. Do it. Then I need you to get on the debt snowball. I need you to get in phase 2 of the escape plan. And I know y'all probably saying, Anthony, you keep saying escape plan. We ain't gonna teach us this escape plan. It's coming. I just really want to make sure that I polish this thing correctly. I got some of my professors looking at it. I just want to make sure that I'm on it, because once I put it out there, I got to stick to this for the rest of my life. But it's going to be transformational. But let me say this. I need you to add this to your debt snowball and stick to it. I need you to write those steps down. If you skipped over them and you didn't write them down, hey, pause it and rewind. Because I've seen families over the last 2 years since I've been writing out this plan go from complete financial drama to total financial freedom by following this plan. And I want to remind you all, man, there's going to be a lot of, I wouldn't say changes, but a lot of improvements to not just this particular show, but even your experience. And we're going to be announcing something here in November that's going to bring us all together to where all of our community members can talk even together. Because I want to make sure that our community doesn't have to go through their financial situation alone. I want our community to be here for each other. I want to create a space where you can ask questions, and maybe I can't answer all of you all. Well, I know I can't, because we got a million of our community members just on YouTube, right? But we have other people in our community members who are going through the same thing as you that can give you some solid answers, that can answer your questions, that can give you wisdom. I want people to see progress. I want us to encourage each other. So listen, I'm super excited about where we're going and what's going on. But I really need you to take heed to this, that if you have student loans, that if you are even considering not paying your student loans or letting that go, don't do it. One thing I do not play with, I don't play with the IRS. We got a notice from them a couple of months ago. I called my CPA and my CFO, and I said, hey, listen, no, we ain't playing with this one. No, okay. Let's just cut the check. And it sucked. It sucked because I didn't see this. She did everything right. She said, hey, we need to just go ahead and pay it. We could dispute it, but it's a lot of money, but it's not a whole lot of money. And I'd just rather you just cut the check and be in good graces with them. I said, okay. I don't want to be the money guy and have this issue. So we fixed it. We fixed it. Listen, family, do not play with this. So listen, comment below. Let me know below if you enjoyed today's show. Thank you all so much for being part of this amazing community. We're going to put the article down as well where they're talking about this so that way you all can see it. And one thing I really want to do moving forward is give you all more information to where you can go study for yourself. Because knowledge is power. And the last thing I want is for you to see your income tax going. Because tax refund seizures are coming for anyone in student loan debt and student loan default. So, this is your boy Anthony O'Neill. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Check the show notes where you listen to this on podcast or watching this on YouTube. We have some good resources and good companies that can help you. One, get your credit fixed without borrowing any money. Two, get you some good savings accounts. And then three, help you even refinance some of your student loans. All right. So it's your boy Anthony O'Neill. Thank you so much for being part of this community and watching this show to the very end. And we'll see you on the next show. Peace out.